take a fucking swing. Do you got heart? Are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs. Are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve it now.
What's up, guys? Master Styles here. Welcome you back to Inside Gaming, the go-to source for all things Eternal Evolution. And today, patch notes have been released. I am just hoping, right? I think it's been months now since we had anything new. Hero updates, new hero releases is not something new. It is. It is, right? But in terms of content, we need something new. Of course, it's Super Breakthrough week, right? We're going to get a new Super Breakthrough hero. Let's go in here. So recently, Skino was added to the shop. I think I only have him at Super Breakthrough 1. I think she's at 2. Clear. Aaron, I didn't even bother because in my Discord, I had someone say that he's not that great. Ravenna, and of course, Durelli. The better two. Panda is pretty good. Emma, 5, but if you bring her to 7, you can use her on the energy team to keep them back, right? The knockbacks. Dom was great, right? Nord, okay. Barag, I like Barag for PvP, right? And now I completely remember what I was going to say. So the way that I look at SPs is obviously it's offensive and also defensive. Using them defensively could be interesting. So for instance, right, let's actually go over to PvP here. So we'll go in here, we'll go to defense. Take a look here. So I'll go to the tank team. So I'm playing around with tank team because again, on defense, it's a little bit different. So we'll talk a little bit about this. We'll go to the patch notes in a second. On defense, primarily, I'll pick the tanks because, again, what they're most likely going to face is energy, right? Or hunters. The reason why I'm running Artemis here is because Artemis is there to remove the shields. I don't run a hunter team. If you run a hunter team, this doesn't work for you, right? I'm also running Cena because she actually does well against the energy team because her ultimate targets them, right? It hits them right in a circle and they tend to melt. So if in the beginning Artemis can pop her ultimate and then Cena goes, it's basically going to melt them. Yes, we're going to be at a disadvantage because we're going to be pushed back, right? Because of Carriolis, feel, or whatever the case may be. And we'll constantly get melted. But if we can remove those shields and also start damaging them, then we'll start to be able to do some things, right? So again, but let's just talk about the SP heroes. For the tank team, I like using Barag because Barag can pull them out of the Carriolis' field. That's what I would like there, right? I was also thinking Skino. Skino would push them back, but I don't want to push them back. I want to pull them towards me. Right, that's the key here because again they're keeping us away, and I would love to pull them out of the Carriolis' field. But Skino's just there as a stat stick. Another person from the options here. Let's go to support. We have Ravenna. Ravenna, no, it's just more knockback. Durelli is on a different team. Wouldn't use Emma because she's Super Breakthrough 7 and she knocks them back. I don't want to knock them back. I want to pull them towards me. Claire wouldn't be a bad option, right? And of course you can also use Res because then of course somebody will get an additional ultimate or 2 off very quickly, right? But that's that there. Of course, when it comes to different teams, you want to use I just think about it defensively because on offense you can put which one wherever you want, but when it comes to defense you have to look at it through a different lens. In this situation, you know that Heimdall's going to open up his realm. It's a counter to Durgan. Durgan's going to drop on top of him, but sometimes I've seen the realm open up and it still hit the middle row, which makes no sense. Maybe they changed it. I haven't really seen it recently. But again here, running Dom, right? Dom does do the mark, even though Heido cannot crit on his ultimate. He's gonna use his ultimate anyways. But that's just kind of how I've been thinking about utilizing the SBs on defense. So for this one here, I like Emma because Emma will knock them back. And the further away they are, the more time we get to get going, right? Keep them away, and we'll continuously keep them away because again, they're gonna be facing assassins and vanguards, right? That's primary because it's on defense. You're gonna face a class that's good against you. We also have here for the summoners. I run Dorgon because he's gonna do more damage, right? Rally, right? And I also thought about Vaz because it is a summon, right? So I'm assuming that the summoner gems will work with him. Of course, I put Rez over here because any of these summoners getting off their ultimates, it's just going to be devastation for the enemy team, right? And then we have here for the assassins, I have Panda. I run Panda because again, we're getting close, but again, they're primarily going against, they're going to face summoners, right? So we can get in close, but again, it's not all proof, right? We need some additional SPs that can help us out when we're on defense, because when you're on defense, you don't get to pick, right, who you're going against. It's always going to be a counter class or somebody that's going to be able to beat you. I think the SB should be there to help you out. The SB should be there to help to protect your defense, right? But that is that there, just a hint in terms of how to utilize them. Of course, it's not the greatest explanation, but it's just the thought process that I had when it comes to building out the SBs and who's really worth it. Some of them are just not worth it at this point, right? But that's actually technically a good thing, right? Because again, you have to pick between Awakened Heroes and SB Heroes. They're both in the same shop. I don't understand that. That makes no sense to me. And you have yet to give us a game mode to acquire A, more coins, or B, another way to get the SB hero shards or full copies. You don't have a universal one. Don't know what's going on there, but that is that there. Let's actually hop over to the patch notes here on Facebook and see what they got going on. All right, so we're here on Facebook, and of course, I'm hoping for something new, but chances are it won't be nothing new. All right, so we have their commanders, new heroes and hero optimizations. Added a new support hero, Orthan. New support skill. But Orthan being a SB could mean that Teresh gets an awakening. So I love that there. Divine Cleave. Orthan spins his glaive and creates a hurricane that pulls all nearby enemies in front of him, dealing damage equal to a percentage of Orthan's max HP. That's already great there. It does damage based off of HP. Love that. And dispelling a percentage of shields on the targets.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Percentage? That don't even make any sense. When you do damage towards shields, it's reduced because there's damage being applied. So technically, it already dispels a percentage of the shield. What does that even mean? What is the point of that? Why don't they just remove the shield to begin with? Right? Like, what? Moving on. Then he performs a cleave, dealing damage to all targets along the trajectory equal to a percentage of Orthan's max HP and knocking them down. This skill interrupts charge effects. The damage from this skill cannot be critical. Why not? Oh boy. Is he a Vanguard? Like, he's not. It's calculated instantly and can't be interrupted. Okay. Oh man. So he can knock them down, but he can't crit. Oh man. Wow. Okay. Keep moving. Divine Cleave first enhancement increases the damage taken by the target and reduces their shields and healing for a few seconds. Yeah, well, that would have been nice if I could have removed their shields altogether, right? Divine Cleave second enhancement, new passive effect. Allied heroes upon death become Orthan spirits, which is trash. right? Activating this skill once and then disappear. What skill? What skill are they activating? Okay, so this one, the shield removal would have been great, right? It would have been a must, right? Because it will be the only support that removes shields, but a percentage of shields doesn't make any sense to me. Cool that it interrupts his charge, but it doesn't crit. And knockdown would have been great. Nice would have been coupled with Panda. It doesn't say when he comes out. You realize that, right? It doesn't say at what point does he come out. Is it after activating your ultimate skill, or is it a set time that he comes out? There's nothing here that tells you when he comes out in the battle. Okay, so again, a miss there on the shield. Huge miss there on the shield removal. Let's dispel the whole shield. Get rid of this percentage nonsense, because when you do damage, that's the percentage being removed. Makes no sense, right? And they're just gonna apply it right back. Most teams that apply shields are gonna apply it right back. What it should have been is remove and blocked shields for a few seconds or whatever the time may be, right? The other stuff, the spirits being spawned, give me a revive or something, right? I don't want his spirits. His spirits are trash. But anyways, moving on. New events and events optimizations. Of course, you'll have the banner for Orthan. Thing is, he'll be in the Endless Battle shop in the next update. So you could save your tickets there. Don't even bother, right? The Pyramid Adventure, you know how that one works. Hopefully you've been saving your Divine Prototype tickets to summon for this event here. And of course, they're gonna give you 1 copy of Dominic's memory disk. And can we read this? Like, man, it's very interesting to me. Like, this has been in the patch notes for this iteration, you know, whenever they have super breakthrough one. Let's read it again, and I'll continue to read it until they change it. It said the main reward includes Dominic. I'm pretty sure I said that in the last one, Dominic, and I'm gonna say the same thing again. If you want to give me a memory disk of Dominic, I will take it. Right? Memory disk for Dominic. That's what it says there, and I never got it in the last one. So maybe this will be the one that we actually get that memory disk for Dominic. Orthan's memory disk, right? There's a comment there, so that means that you get the thing in front of it, and Triple S support hero selection card. That's if you go over. That there is if you spend money on the game. So it's not guaranteed, right? So we should be getting the cop that I can't even get it out. We should get Orthan's memory disc, but of course, this has been there since the last patch notes. But one thing I'm actually looking forward to is actually Twilight Lands, because I stopped at 20-7, and I think this would be the one that somebody clears it. Yeah, 20. Somebody's going to finish Twilight Lands this season, right? And of course, there's a new season of Guild versus Guild, and the bonus heroes are Daji, Erubir, and of course, everybody's favorite hero, Artas. So again, no bug fixes, nothing wrong with the game, right? So again, that's the patch notes there. Nothing new, just more of the same, right? So again, let's actually hop back over to the game and close it all out. Yeah, so we're back in the game. I did bring, where is she? Let's actually go to her here. I'm at 2 Awaken 7, right? Thing is, I brought her to 7 and I had to choose. I had made a video, but you know, one, I wasn't feeling it, 2, because I wasn't feeling it when it got to the editing process, the sound was out. Sometimes that happens, right? Where I'll finish recording the video and the sound is completely gone. I can hear it when I'm watching it on my phone, but when I put it into my editing software, it's just not there, right? So I did it, and I had to choose between bringing her to 7 or bringing Barag to 7, and I chose to go with her. One complaint I have about her is that her large alligator, right? The thing is, after she does the 3 summoning that she needs to do and it comes up, if it happens to die, I think it's, maybe you can look into this or somebody will, or correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's another 3 summons until it comes back up again. And my problem with that alligator is that it's actually very squishy, right? At times, like, it makes no sense to me. And it dies. So when it dies, it takes forever to come back. So think about this. When you're thinking PvP, I now have to wait for you to cast 3 ultimates for you to get that out, right? And if you look at my spreadsheet, you can see my ranking I give her for PvP. Yes, if she gets it out, it's devastating, right? Remove shields, yes, great, love that. The fact that you have to wait for that to happen. So again, I need to bring Barag to Awaken 7 because I'm interested to see how the Awaken 7 effect will work. Where is it? Here, right? So it says bleed enhancement. For each stack of bleed, the target takes true damage every few seconds equal to 2% of their max HP. So if you have 5 stacks of bleeds on a boss, they're going to lose 10% of their max HP. That sounds insane. Think about that in Twilight Lands. And that's for everyone. So especially if he hits everyone, right? They're gonna lose 10% of their HP every second. That's crazy to me. And this is why I said that this hero here should have had bleed. Imagine coupling them together, right? Literally would have been insane, right? If he applied bleed with this skill here, just a common skill, not even the ultimate. The ultimate should have, or bring in a new effect, frostbite, right? It's an iteration of bleed where you lose HP because you have on frostbite or whatever, right? He does ice attacks, something, I don't know, something. I just feel like they missed on that. He should have had bleed, just saying. But again, that is that there. If you made it this far in the video, by the way, you're one of the real ones. And of course, making it this far into the video is how you support the channel. So the word of the day for today is actually disappointment again. Yeah, we're gonna keep that going because I was just hoping for something. Give me something, right? If you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button for updates, guys. The ultimate tier list, I need to do it. I'm just waiting for the next new hero to do it, and then it should be, I want to say next Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday I should have all the ultimate tier list for May. And of course, we also have the Fun to Play series. Go check it out. A lot of hints there, stuff that are core to the game. It's there somewhere. Scroll down, you'll see Fun to Play series. But those that are rocking with me, let me know how you feel about the super breakthrough of Orthan, which would ultimately mean that Teresh will get, Teresh is most likely to get an awakening. Please don't, I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it. But I can see the double throw. That would be interesting, right? But throw, when it drops, you should remove shields and invincibility effects. That would be cool, right? But again, without further ado, I want to thank you for watching. Till the next video, peace.